Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, the best there is, best there was, and the best there ever will be. And you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
What's up, everybody? It's The Rewind. That show Smack Raw brings you every week where RN and I run down the latest week in and outside the ring. I'm your host, Cal Tyson.
And I am the intellectual savior of the Smack Raw podcast, RN.
How's it going today, man?
I'm fucking exhausted.
I bet. You gave me a weird phone call yesterday morning. I gotta say. So I'm driving to work. And this fool calls me because we normally shoot this on Sundays, 9 p.m., or at least we try to. RN calls me up and he's like, "Hey, bro, I ain't going to make it." And I said, "Okay, cool, man." He's like, "Yeah, I got to drive across the state to get some, I got to drive across the state to get some sperm." The fuck, man? Dude, you got to ease me into an announcement like that, RN. You
I breed dogs. Like, I didn't know I had to fucking preface it every time.
Look, I get it, but like a statement like that with no context, no build. All right, it was a bit to digest there. No pun intended.
So long story short, I had this breeding that we've been waiting on for 2 years. One of the biggest damn breeders in the country of French Bulldogs. We finally got our shot. Of course, nothing goes right. No airport close to us can ship on a Sunday and us be able to receive it. So I had to drive all the way to Cleveland from Wilmington, Ohio, where I'm at. I'm in Southern Ohio. I had to drive pretty much 3.5 hours away to Cleveland to pick some semen up, drive 3.5 hours back, and then meet my vet at her office at probably 11:30, 12 o'clock that night and get this breeding completed. Didn't get back home until probably 2 a.m., so back up at 6:30, so working on about 4 hours of sleep. So,
goodness gracious, man.
Side hustle.
Speaking of hustling, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to our other show, Botch Spots and Chair Shots. Will has secured an interview with current Impact X Division champion Ace Austin. Yeah, watch for that podcast to drop. Now, from what I'm told, he didn't get video approved. It's going to be an in-person interview. It will drop audio-wise. Me and RN will keep you up to date when you can expect that episode to drop. But that's awesome. Way to go, Will. We're proud of you.
Yeah. Ace Austin, he's fucking hilarious too in real life. Like I've met him a couple times here. He wrestled at the Chris Brothers promotion, Rockstar Pro.
Yeah.
So I've met him a couple times, like after the shows and stuff and everything. Like he's a good guy. Like it's going to be a good interview for sure.
Yeah. They also Alison's letting us know in the chat that they have Vince Russo lined up for Thursday. Once again, I'm not sure. I don't think that's live. I'm sure that one will be video. I'm almost positive, But yeah, no, Will's been securing the hell out of a lot of these interviews. Recently, he had one of my childhood favorite wrestlers, Al Snow. I always thought Al Snow was cool as a kid, man. Yeah. There was some, you know what Al Snow's demeanor, even as like a big tough guy pro wrestler, he just always gave off this vibe that he was like a chill everyday guy.
That's your WWE version. My favorite version of Al Snow is ECW, when he was still wearing the Leaf Cassidy singlet and everything, and when the head shit really took off. Like that to me was the best version of Al Snow. Like that's my Al Snow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I loved him ever since then, even though he never really got back to that. Probably never got back to that realm of popularity. But ECW Al Snow he's something else. Like he's ingrained in my head as far as wrestling goes when I was a kid.
Well, you know what it was is I saw that first season of Tough Enough, and he was one of the coaches on that. Right. And that like, you know, he was like the nice guy coach.
The good cop.
The good cop. Yeah, well, he wasn't like a NXT like Bill DeMott. You know what I mean? Performance Center. But yeah, Will's been crushing it, man. He's been doing good shit. You guys, we do stuff too. You know, we have a show that we cover. You can catch us live Sundays, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, twitch.tv/SmackedRaw. You can always catch the live or the recorded episode on YouTube, youtube.com/SmackedRaw podcast. And then the audio version is flipping everywhere. So we got that. I'm also dropping this week, believe Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll be dropping the episode of UWO that we shot last week with Cole Bohannon. Who else did we have on that? Matt Vertigo and gosh, I have his name, Miles.
Matt Vertigo
Blackwell.
might as well just be part of the damn show. Like that man probably does as many shows a week as I do.
He's on here pretty often, man. Yeah, Vertigo makes himself available when he can for Smacked Raw, dude. He's always dope. Big fan of Miles too. He's my brother in sobriety. He just had a milestone, 200 days sober. Good for him. But yeah, dude. So you can catch that episode of UWO going up, and I think I'll be shooting another one sometime soon. I have enough content. Like I've got enough. Like it's not like Twitter is short on hostile opinions, you know, hot takes. But yeah, we got some more of that stuff going on. And then lastly, what else have we been doing? I've been playing the fucking dude. You remember that game? Remember that game Oregon Trail?
Yeah.
I'm having way too much fun streaming that bullshit, man. They have a remix.
I need a screenshot of my avatar because the preacher with the gold cross. I need that. That's fire.
They have a remastered version of it on the iPad, on iOS. And I've been playing the hell out of Oregon Trail, dude. I don't know why. Dude, that is a sign that I really am old. Like, because I remember that junk, like, in middle school and grade school. It was, like, on our computers. It was on a floppy disk.
Black and white.
Yeah, man.
Don't forget that part.
Some stupid shit. I've been streaming that, though. You can catch a couple of them. I don't know what happened. I had a stream last night and today. I went to go back, watch a clip of it because me and DJ were fishing and I thought that was cute, and I don't know where it is, man. Twitch has got to get their shit together. Right. I don't know. Anyways, RN this week, man. You know what? The big thing is just today or yesterday, apparently Ric Flair is going to be wrestling SummerSlam, not the pay-per-view, but the weekend.
That weekend, yeah.
The weekend, yeah. So there's the clickbait for you. That was the inspiration for the clickbait title, everybody. But RN, man, it's been a decade since Ric Flair wrestled, and he was old as dirt back then, and has since like almost died like once or twice. Like, what are we getting out of this? Like, what are we doing here?
But that's the good thing about Flair's, how he wrestled and why he's been able to do it as long as he has. He doesn't take much. The only bump he fucking takes is the turnbuckle bump where he flips up. Other than that, he doesn't take any bumps. He doesn't do any crazy moves. Like it's not hard to do a Ric Flair match.
Oh shit! New follower, Mr. Warren Hayes. Followed this show. Damn, Warren, I thought you were already following us.
Oh, so that motherfucker been on our show like 12 times. He's just now following it.
He's just now, man. Hey, thanks, Warren. Stopping by. He says, yeah, so he thought he did too. Noob's in the chat. What's up, Noob? How you doing? Yeah, man, Flair, he's 73 years old.
That all that alimony, didn't he just get a divorce and all that? He got to pay some bills, man.
How much do you think he's really going to make, though? How much do you think what's Flair's going rate to get this match?
Say probably like $2,500 to like $3,500 probably.
Oh, shit. I think it'd be more than that.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Well, maybe, yeah, because it has been a while. Maybe like 10K, maybe, if that. I wouldn't go any higher than that. I wouldn't pay any more than that.
Yeah, I
wouldn't pay any more than $5,000, honestly.
I could see 15,000, 20,000 maybe. But it depends like where he's wrestling too,
right?
Because
that's the thing. What promotion is, like, you know what I'm saying? It depends on what promotion is and how much money they have, how many shows they run. Like, are they only running a big show? But that's a lot of the indie shows do that. They save up their houses till they get to like SummerSlam and WrestleMania weekend because they know a lot of people will be in town.
Yeah, apparently it's going to take place. Oh, I'm sorry. Apparently it's going to take place right after Starcast. Excuse me.
He probably gets like 10, 15K.
Oh, dude, it's being produced by Triller. Yeah. They're paying him out the ass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
that changes things.
Big. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that changes things. No, he's getting a paycheck. He's getting a decent ass paycheck if Triller's producing that shit. They friggin' dude, they're hemorrhaging money. Like they just throw money around like it's candy, dude. With the Paul brothers and everything.
Yeah.
Those glorified freak show boxing matches that we were getting lately. Yeah, so he had one retirement match, and that was at WrestleMania 24 with Shawn Michaels. Of course, everybody remembers that. And then he would wrestle 12 times in TNA until 2011. From 2010 to 2011, he tore his tricep in a match with Sting. And I think that was the last match he had. Yeah, he of course probably said at some point he was never going to wrestle again. And of course he had that heart condition and kidney failure. Part of his bowel removed in 2017. So that was when he went into a coma and he was on death's doorstep. And I went to that was also when WWE brought back Starrcade, the first one that there was no special to it that I attended. He came out and addressed the crowd that time, and everybody cheered their ass off. It's North Carolina. We freaked the hell out, man, for Flair. But yeah, so the big question, RN, do you want to see this?
No.
No?
No. I told you I'm not into the old people wrestling. Like I don't even want to see the old guys that from when I was a kid, let alone the old guys from when my dad was a kid.
Right.
So,
dude, I kind of want to see it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. What are we gonna get out of it though, man? That's a 75-year-old Flair.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's pointless to me, but I mean, I guess there's a market. People like that nostalgia shit, I guess. It's not me. It's not for me. Not my cup of tea.
Now, I'm not saying, okay, let me clarify really quick, by the way. I don't want to see it like I'm encouraging the match to happen.
Oh, no, I know what you're saying.
But
I'm saying either way. Like,
it's like witnessing a car accident, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I want a car accident to happen, but if it happens in front of me, I'm going to like look at it. I'm going to watch it, you know? Ric Flair's kind of like a car accident.
Exactly. He's definitely he's a fucking train wreck, mentally, physically, pretty much any way you can go. Like, so I'm not into this. Like, Ashley needs to talk about it.
You see any of those training videos he's been doing with Jay Lethal?
No, I haven't.
Oh, that's who he's been training with. A couple of videos come out, him running the ropes, doing like a hip toss, little stuff, you know.
Yeah, a Flair match. So like I said, it's not hard to do it. It's not hard to do a Flair match, but it's still just like anybody over 50, I'm pretty much not into.
Yeah. What about Sting, man? Sting's killing it.
I'm not into Sting.
Sting's killing it in his 60s.
I'm not into Sting.
He jumps off of high shit, RN. Come on.
Not into Sting.
Not even like a little bit like what about a table spot Sting?
No spot Sting.
No spot Sting?
I would like Sting more if he was just like Darby's manager, like fucking Arn, just like in a sweater vest and face paint. I'd like Sting
more. Sticking with Flair. Who are we gonna get for his final match?
This motherfucker, he's gonna be wrestling from the grave, bro. That's we don't even need to talk about that. We want to just move on.
No, I'm gonna stick with this, RN.
There's never gonna be a last match for Flair. Flair's gonna be 94 years old.
I don't have a long show prepped. I gotta squeeze every ounce of juice out of this.
Ric Flair is gonna be on his 19th wife and has to pay some more alimony, and he's gonna wrestle when he's 87 years old. So there's no telling who his last opponent may not be born yet. Let's just say that.
Man, there's got to be a build for it. We're gonna see a build on Twitter. We're gonna see a build. We're gonna get we're gonna get Flair promos. He wants Ricky Steamboat. Okay. According to Warren.
Right.
Maurice says Jay Lethal. Okay. Yeah, Lethal would make sense. Hell, you could just do them. You could just do like just the woo off. We'll just recreate that Impact promo battle between the two of them.
That's what I hate about wrestling. We can't just leave shit alone. Like
it's all the member berries. It's nostalgia. That's what, dude. That is what wrestling runs off of. We're out of content. We are out of stories.
That's what WWE runs off of. We don't have to keep going back and revisiting shit from 20 and 30 years ago. Like, let it go.
Bullshit. We need to hang on to those wrestlers in the 90s forever, RN.
You saw that stunner between Vince and Stone Cold. That was my case proven on everything I've ever said about bringing these old fucks back, including saying Kevin Owens wanted that. He wanted to get stunned by Stone Cold. Fuck off.
He did want that shit, man.
I do not believe that in any way, shape. I've been watching Kevin Owens for almost 20 years. There's nothing about that man that tells me that he was just like pining to fucking take a stunner from Stone Cold's old rickety ass knees. I'm sorry. I refuse to believe that. I'm not saying that he was against it or that he said no, but I don't think he was like in the office when he was redoing his contract. Like, only way I'm coming back is if Stone Cold has to pour beer all over me, embarrass me in front of my kids and 75,000 people in attendance and millions around the world, and barely stun me with that fucking, with his knees taped together with toothpaste and fucking shoestring and silly putty. I have to have that. Put that in my contract, please. Stop it.
Yeah, he did, man. He totally did.
He totally did that.
He did, man. He was so happy to do it too.
No,
yeah,
it wasn't. I don't believe that one bit.
We know Xavier was. Austin Creed was more than happy to take that stunner.
He's a different cat. Let's just be honest. Like, he's a different cat.
He's one of the people.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. He was fucking, but he's actually a real mark. Like, he is a mark, self-proclaimed. Like, he doesn't hide it. Like, he marks out in the ring with shit he's not supposed to, and you can look over during a match and like catch him smiling or some shit like. But that one's a little bit different. I'll give you that one. Yes, Xavier Woods probably creamed his jeans for that one. I'll give you that. But Kevin Owens, not so much.
Good God. Yeah, so you got anything else you want to talk about? What's going on with NXT, man?
I could not tell you because I don't remember the last time I watched it.
You ain't been watching NXT?
Once Malcolm Bivens gone, they've been fucking like destroying Diamond Mine. It's pretty much not for me.
So, yeah, let's talk about that. So, Diamond Mine, every original member outside of Roderick Strong is gone. Bivens walks. You know, that was his doing. He just didn't want to re-sign, so they finally cut him. What is the upside for NXT 2.0, man? You know, like, because we keep going back to Braun Breaker. He seems to be the one constant. Like, when people like, who is NXT building? Like, is the show really just all about building Braun Breaker, or do we have anyone else in there? Because the other people that I see getting shine, Nikita Lyons, I see that like a lot of people say she got a lot of upside.
That's only because of her ass, bro.
You think so, or do you think that's just like the entry to Nikita?
That's the entry. That's what gets people going and gets them in. And I'm not mad at that because she actually can. She has a martial arts background. Like, she actually is halfway decent. She's actually pretty good on the mic too when she gets a chance. But I feel like she'll get better. But I mean, that's just the ass bringing people in. She's taking over Tony Storm's spot as the white girl with ass. But I mean, like I said, Carmel, all these guys are gonna be somebody. That's the one thing. Like, I always come back to that. Like, because the old fucks are running NXT now and burping and all that other gay shit that they put in there. At least we know these guys on TV they'll be someone on Raw and SmackDown, because Pritchard and whatever old bums they have back there from 84 back running developmental, those guys love them. So if they're on TV, at least we know they're not going to come up and be Butch or some shit like that, like all Triple H's guys that have got called up. So let's look at this roster right here, and let me know off the top of your head, like, future star, or is this just NXT 2.0? Is that where the end of the road is for them? Let's start with Andre Chase. I actually like him. I feel like he has potential. Like, I feel like they could get a little bit more sinister with him, maybe, and maybe give him a little bit more like teeth to being a villain. But I actually kind of dig him. I'm not even gonna lie. I kind of dig him.
He is a constant presence on the show. It helps when you have a section of the crowd dedicated to your story with the Chase University stuff.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, all these guys you're about to mention, they're all integral parts of the show. They're all get shine every week. Like they clearly see something in these people, and these people they're our future. They're our future main eventers. I mean, like that, to me, that's how I look at it.
Braun Breaker. Let's go right to him. The shit's in alphabetical order, by the way.
Right. No, I mean, that's their guy. Clearly, he's the focal point. He's the lead dog coming out of it. So I mean, every class has one. He just happens to be it. I don't agree with it, but
what about Brooks Jensen? Which one is the virgin, him or Josh?
Brooks is the virgin. I think.
Brooks is the virgin. Like that's all I know about that story. Is like
I don't think he's all right.
He's a hapless romantic.
Right. I don't think he's terrible. I think these vignettes have shown like his range too, and kind of let him get a little bit of more TV time. But Josh, he's fucking dope. Like he was like one of Austin Theory's biggest foes. Like when they were involved. Like I don't. And as you can see on the mic, he's natural. Like he feels way more natural and way more comfortable than the other dude. I don't even remember the other guy's name.
Okay.
I love Josh. Like he's huge. He's a big guy like Vince and him. Like he can talk on the mic. He can be a good guy or a bad guy, whatever you need him to be. Like I think he's got a lot of potential.
Okay. How about this one? Who's gonna be the biggest star out of the current version of Diamond Mine? So you got Brutus Creed, Julius Creed, Roddy Strong, and Ivy Nile.
It'll be the Creed brothers themselves. I think they're setting them up to be the new Steiner brothers, and we'll see who comes out of it.
I think it's going to be Ivy Nile, man. Her look stands out. She reminds me of how Nikki. I don't want to call her Nikki Ash. What the fuck was her name in Insanity? Nikki Cross.
Yeah,
she reminds me of like how Nikki Cross shined out of Sanity. They brought everybody up. She was the only survivor.
The only reason I don't think that's the case, I want to hear her on the mic. I don't think she's very good on the mic yet, so we'll see. But I think the Creed brothers are heading above everybody in that group, and I think that those are going to be the ones we remember out of it. I mean, clearly they love him.
You think with Roderick Strong asking for his out, that kind of seals the deal with his ceiling in WWE? Like
I think he already knew his ceiling was sealed. That's why he asked for the out.
That's a good point. Cameron Grimes. So we know he's going to make it to Maine at some point.
Right.
Is he going to shine on Maine, though? Or is he going to be, unfortunately, kind of like the Drew Gulak, Kira Tozawa 24/7 division?
I hope that's not the case, and I hope we get to go back to him being Trevor. I always forget his name, but they're
was it Trevor Murdoch? No, it's not Trevor Murdoch. No.
Trevor Lee.
Trevor Lee. That's right. Yeah.
They're gonna pigeonhole him as a comedy guy. He's gonna be fucking wrestling for the 27th title.
Dude, yeah, like they're not going to be able to help them. His shtick is so easy to lean into and forget like everything else. You know how like they lean in like you're this one guy, like this one thing, that's you. And I feel like on main roster, the To the Moon, like
that's it.
Yeah, that's it for him.
And they're gonna forget that he can actually fucking wrestle probably better than half the people on the roster right now.
Well, not to mention like he was showing really good character work too. Like he was kind of like one of those people that like skated from the black and white into 2.0 and kind of just like dodged all those lasers, those potholes. What about Carmelo Hayes, man? He's only 5'10".
I still think that they see something in him, and I think that you got to have that villain out of all those people. He's the only one that I think that has potential to be like a fucking like white hot babyface and actually like go back and forth. Like I feel like he's got like Randy Orton kind of like potential where anything you need him to be, eventually you'll be able to put him there.
Super young.
Yeah.
Not only him, but Cora Jade as well. Cora's only 21. She was born in 2001. That makes me sick.
Right. Same. She's got that AJ Lee persona, like which they love too.
Yeah,
like,
she's so young though.
I
was gonna say she's so young though. She could literally have like one thing happen, like one bump go wrong or something, and then just be like, "No, I don't want to do this no more."
So, like I said, she's all right, but I can see what they see in her. I can see that she definitely has the charisma for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so out of Toxic Attraction, Mandy Rose, JC Jane, and Gigi Dolan, who's got the most upside now?
I'd say Gigi for sure, but I think them together, like they have to bring them up together.
Yeah.
You need that on the main roster. You don't have like a female faction. You don't have a real female tag team, honestly. Like I think that would be dope to bring them up and feud. I think they should bring them up pretty much immediately, but they definitely, I think they have to keep them together.
Yeah, no, it really does. Like Mandy Rose, this is like the peak of it. You remember like Mandy used to get like booed out of NXT, like she'd get jeered, like the "you can't wrestle" chants and shit. And then we started to see like it really was like when she came back, and then we heard all those stupid rumors backstage where the women got to be more sexy. It's like the only person that seems like that has benefited from that would be the women of Toxic Attraction, and then maybe Nikita Lyons, if all that stuff is true.
And to be honest, it's crazy because I'm gonna be honest with you, none of them in Toxic Attraction except for Mandy is attractive to me. I think they're all in. You know what I'm saying? Like Gigi's okay, but Mandy's fucking beautiful with the other chickens.
You crazy, RN. You can't be saying that shit.
Yes, I can. Why can't I?
Yo, Grayson Waller.
Clearly a star. I mean.
Yeah, man. Grayson, dude. He strikes me like a young John Cena, dude. I don't know. There's something about that guy.
Yeah, it's the same thing like we said with like Austin Theory, like that. Whatever the fuck it is, he's got it.
Yeah, he really does strike me like that. You know what's funny is because like, you know, like Grayson Waller kind of strikes me as like a blend of Vanilla Ice and John Cena. But then when John Cena was just coming up, everyone was like he was like the Vanilla Ice of pro wrestling, anyways. Right. You know what I mean? It's just there's that weird.
Grayson's got a little bit of Seth to me. Like that's what I see in him.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. I could see that.
The athleticism, just that like kind of annoying voice to just like he hits you where it hurts. Like and I just don't see him as a babyface. We saw him as a babyface and he was ass. As soon as he flipped that switch to being a heel, took off. So I see more Seth in him than anything.
What about here's one that they want to be something, but I'm not gonna lie, I just feel like it's gonna go nowhere. It's gonna be Joe Gacy.
I don't think so. I think that they see something and I think that he can pull it off.
Do you think, because I've seen a lot of videos that show like his in-ring work and they directly compare it to like Bray Wyatt, that his in-ring work has a lot of the similar spots that Bray Wyatt has. Bray Wyatt, probably the big one was Bray Wyatt would go into like that back bend like spider crawl pose, whatever, in the corner, and Gacy will run up to the turnbuckle and just spin and hang upside down from it, like accomplishing kind of the same thing, trying to psych the dude out by going upside down in the corner.
But that's what I'm saying. Like he can fucking go in the ring, like way better than Bray. Like Bray doesn't hold a candle to him in the ring. Like I said, but we don't get to see these things because of how WWE operates. Like he's fucking fire in the ring, like legit. And I think that his character work, I didn't see this type of character work in him in the matches and shit. How I saw him on the Independent. So I think he's going to be like a Kevin Owens for them, honestly.
I don't know, dude. I really don't see it. So probably who's got me the most.
A lot of people didn't see it in Kevin Owens either.
That's true. No, you're not lying. You're not lying. Yeah, because when Kevin Owens got brought up, he beat John Cena, dude. That blew everyone away. Like night one. Yeah. It was dope though. Probably the guy with the biggest upside for me, Solo Uso, his Solo Sikoa. Come on, man. This kid, you know, they say like the apple don't fall far from the tree. Right. Like, so what am I missing here? Like, I know, like, anytime I'm like, dude, just get him in the bloodline, I get so many people like, no,
I don't understand.
Dude, do his own thing. Like, what?
Why would he do his own thing? What is the point? Like, and even when he gets called up, the shit's never gonna stop. That's all they're gonna say. Like, first of all, he should be in the bloodline anyway, because two people, for him to control this whole company with only two people, like. That I've been saying this from the beginning. It should be like 4 or 5 of them. Like it should be all of their family like they have, and just some random weird person out of fucking nowhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Sami Zayn.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like literally, or you know how like I wouldn't mind like Commander Aziz or somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Like just some real muscle. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get it. The 3-man thing with the WWE is like so fucking mind blowing to me. How that's like that you can't have anybody more. No faction can be any bigger than 3 people.
I don't. Yeah, no, that is a weird thing. It is so weird. It feels like Edge. It feels like the older guys, like the big stars that are coming out doing their thing. Feels like they're the only ones with the freedom to do it. Because look,
right.
you up till this point on main roster, you don't have women mingling with men, but we have Rhea Ripley in Judgment Day. Which, by the way, can we just stop and give credit to an awesome faction named Judgment Day?
Yes.
Like the callbacks that Edge is using for pay-per-views, that he's literally been on the cover of the pay-per-view and he's incorporating that into his story.
Chestnut fucking checkers, bro.
Oh my.
Chestnut fucking checkers.
Fucking awesome stuff.
And that's what I'm hoping he gets another one, remember, too, because they kind of, I don't want to say they count females out, but they always make like the females number doesn't count towards the number of men in the faction.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping they get another person besides them. Like that. Like I wouldn't mind like Drew Gulak or somebody that's in the fucking 24/7. Just like Edge, just like, what are you doing, bro? Like, why?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Well, I mean, the obvious rumor is been heavily on Tommaso Ciampa, or just Ciampa at this point, I guess. But you know, that's been like the biggest rumor of it. Which
I wouldn't mind if we get the flip and it ended up being Ali.
Yeah, Ali would be great. Like I don't, as much as I love Ciampa, my understanding is it really should be younger people.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
They don't need the rub. They don't need the rub.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like somebody from like even on it, like I can't believe I'm saying this, but like Tozawa, you know what I'm saying? Like just like they run through doing the fucking Monty Python thing, past Edge or whatever, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he just gets caught up in it, and we get fucking a crazy buzzsaw Tozawa. Like as dumb as that fucking sounds, like that would be dope.
There would have to be like this cleansing. There would have to be this arc, this story arc that kills away. What in recent memory has a character gone through in pro wrestling that has like killed off their entire last like 2 or 3 years? Like I know we've seen it.
Buddy Murphy with the Mysterios.
Boom, there you go. Yeah, Buddy Murphy. That's right. He did nothing. And then he appeared with Seth, and it just undid everything and elevated him. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, do you think we could go so quickly from 24/7 to joining Judgment Day, or would we need him to disappear for like a month or two?
No, because that's the whole point of Edge's stuff. Like Rhea didn't disappear for a month or two. Neither did what's his name?
That's true. No, you're right. He grabbed a mid flounder. No, you're right. No, that's way more on brand for what they're doing. But yeah, so Edge feels like he gets the more leniency with the faction. So maybe there's room to bring up Solo. And you're right. Like it would be so stupid if he came up and they try to pull like what NXT did and just not acknowledge his relation
at all.
You know, I get it. So I get it with Braun. You know, because Rick Steiner isn't there every week. Will's in the chat. Hey, Will.
But I get it with them too, though, to a certain extent, to see if he can stand up on his own. You know what I'm saying?
But at least acknowledge, at least like give like a nod in the hallway or something. You know what I mean? Like don't try to.
Is he looks just fucking like it. He looks like he'd be the third Uso. Like he looks literally exactly like him. He's just not built like him.
You know what WWE would do, man? They'd bring him up, put him in a fucking mask. That's what they would do. They'd put him in a goddamn mask or face paint. Oh, face paint. Yeah, because that's call back to the Usos. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Babyface Usos, dude. Which, by the way, like Uso Penitentiary, Uso or Day One-ish Usos, best Usos like that we've gotten by far.
Not so much Day One, because Day One's when they started going towards back to be Babyface, but the Uso Penitentiary ones where they just completely went left from everything they fucking done their entire career. Yeah, that's the best version. Besides this one now, the Day One, you know what I'm saying, the ones. But Uso Penitentiary, when they came out there with the white Air Forces and the hats and shit, I was like, damn, bro, like damn, this is, you know, that was them in real life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't the face paint being fucking a racial stereotype, Samoan, wild whatever the hell WWE wanted to be. Like when they came out like that, I'm like, all right, this is when they're gonna pop because it's them being themselves turned up to 1,000.
Will says he's the little pit bull of the bloodline. I don't really want to like. WWE is killing my faith in having like the little brother role in anything with what they're doing with Butch. What they're doing with Butch, it's you know what's crazy to me is when Pete Dunne is out there, you can see Pete Dunne working his ass off to get on. You haven't probably caught SmackDown in a while, have you?
I catch the like highlights on like Hulu.
So every week, WWE is actively just trying to destroy Pete Dunne. They found one funny thing. They did one funny thing with Pete Dunne with Butch, which was he left mid-interview backstage with Sheamus and Ridge Holland. And then we pan over like a little bit later on to an interview with the New Day, and he flies in out of nowhere and just like drop kicks Xavier Woods in the face. I mean, comes in like a bat out of hell, almost like Darby Allin level of intensity, off frame, right? And obviously it caught on because it was hilarious. It was like physical comedy genius. And so after that, it was like WWE, just their attempt to go viral with it, created this whole "Where's Butch" thing, where he ran off. He had a temper tantrum in the ring, runs off, disappears for a week, and WWE's media team puts together these horrible like "Where's Butch" fucking like photoshops. Like they had like a picture of Coachella and they have like an image of Butch just terribly photoshopped in it, and all these other places. And yeah, but the thing is now like he's back. They found him. He just missed a week. He's back. They'll still say, "Where's Butch?" during his match, RN. He will be in the ring fighting, and Pat McAfee just screaming into the mic, "Where's Butch?" Like they're like trying to create a fucking thing. Like I don't get it, man. It's pretty funny though.
It's them. You know what it is? It's them overthinking it and then finding one good thing out of it and then grinding that bitch into the dirt.
I'm telling you. But everything that Pete Dunne is actually doing while on screen is killing it because he's fucking Pete Dunne, dude. He's great.
The
he's
motherfucker
fantastic.
has 20 years experience and he's only 17 years old.
But yeah, it's this whole thing though, because they treat him like he's like the little brother. They call him they've branded him. They say it repeatedly, so you know it's like the fucking brand. Petulant child is the way they brand him on TV. Right. He's a petulant child. He throws temper tantrums.
A grown-ass man that's been trying to prove most of his whole career because he is so young, but he is still a veteran. Been trying to get rid of that fucking like stigma about him being a kid.
No, that's what they're driving into it, man.
15 years experience, and he's only 25, and that's what they decide to go with when they bring him up to the main roster.
Yeah, like I can forgive him for the name Butch. You know what? Like it doesn't. Do I like Pete Dunne more? Yes. Like duh, Pete Dunne is a great name. Butch doesn't like infuriate me like like the Viking Experience did, or even Gunther to a degree. Although I'm not gonna lie, even I'm starting to get like eroded for my disdain of the Gunther name. Like I'm starting to just not care.
I don't even call him Gunther. I keep forgetting that it's his name. I still call him Walter.
Oh yeah. I do kind of wish though that the crowd, and maybe they are doing it. Just WWE is wise to it and just mutes the shit out of them. But the crowd just needs to fucking harass him with Walter chants. That just needs every Gunther match just needs to be one consecutive Walter chant like throughout the whole match, because they're only going to give him like 5 to 7 minutes. That's a great Walter match. You know what I mean? That's all you need. He comes out there and he just murders a guy for like 7 minutes.
Facts.
And just have the crowd just chant fucking Walter the whole time. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do, man. They'll lean into it. They'll make a story out of it, But yeah, so Solo coming in and just being like the scrappy do of the Usos, like I don't know, man. I couldn't do that. I wouldn't trust him. He needs to be their equal, man. And he barely looks any younger than the Uso brothers. They all look young.
They all look exactly alike. He's just a thicker version of them. Like
yeah. I can't even tell. I need to see him in the ring with the Usos. I can't tell physically how he lines up, like compares to them.
No, he's definitely like thicker than they are. He's built more like Umaga than he is one of the Usos.
No way. Umaga was like a super heavyweight. That was like
No,
a 300-pound bulldozer.
I'm not saying he's as big. I'm saying he's built more like him.
He's a thick boy though. He's a little bit thicker.
I refuse to use that term, but yes.
Wasn't that Ritter from the Smacking It Raw podcast?
Yeah, with Jonah now.
Jonah, that's right. Yeah, thick boy Jonah. Oh man, Raw's on. Let's see what's happening tonight on Raw. Anyways, we'll go ahead and we'll give like a little preview to Raw. This will be like a 45-minute episode, and then guys, stick around. RN and I are gonna let's do 2 episodes. RN, we'll do the opening draft.
Yeah,
and then we'll do 1 week of the WWE 2K22. Me and RN, if you guys don't remember, about a month and a half back, RN and I were going to do the head-to-head GM mode, and then we kind of just fell off on it. We're going to go ahead and pick that back up tonight. They released the update to it, so we're just going to go ahead, rerun the draft. And so after tonight's show, you guys can stick around on Twitch and watch us go ahead and draft our rosters and then do like 1 week of booking, and then we'll let everyone go back to like watching Raw. Do you watch Raw, RN? Like, do you watch any wrestling? Yeah. At this point, I wonder if you watch wrestling.
I actually watch Raw. I watch AEW. I watch Dynamite. Well, look, what's been killing me is the NBA playoffs have been on, so it's like. I can't watch 4,000 hours of NBA and 4,000 hours of wrestling, so I've been like picking and choosing which shows. But for the most part, I'll watch everything. Like, as long as I can get it in on the weekend before the show, I at least watch the matches that I hear you guys talk about. But I watch Raw and Dynamite for sure. NXT kind of happens because it doesn't come on Peacock till like Thursday or Friday. Like if it came next day, if I miss Impact, if I miss Dynamite, I can watch it the next day on demand, like next morning. But like fucking Peacock doesn't put NXT on till like Thursday or Friday, so I kind of catch it when I can.
Rampage fell off for me, so now I'm just Raw, SmackDown, and Dynamite. What's going on?
I watch Rampage like if like Swerve or somebody's wrestling, like I'll catch that match or whatever. But
yeah, Austin Theory's on the mic.
I'm about to turn it on here in a minute.
He's just running down Ali. Listen, man. Here, you have a feeling? Do you have a feeling that Vince McMahon may have tore up the script? Listen, the Raw Preview, WWE's own website. Raw's on the air already, right? So the preview's done. We know there's nothing else to add to it. Raw's Preview is literally just the Bobby Lashley and Omos rundown match. Like, that's it. Like, that's all they have to preview for tonight's show. Bobby Lashley locks himself inside a steel cage with the Nigerian Giant, which, by the way, that's actually a pretty good nickname.
It is.
I'm going to give that to WWE.
I'll give him that.
Yeah, that's a good nickname. I mean, I think Nigerians, maybe because of Kamaru Usman and the popularity of him and Francis Ngannou.
Absolutely.
When I hear Nigerian, it's actually intimidating now. It's like up there with Samoan.
No, I'm telling you right now, that's exactly why they did it, and it makes perfect fucking sense. Like I that was the one thing. Like normally, you know me, I'm not good on like the stereotype stuff, but like they had to play that up because they're both been in the news. They're both on in front of everybody's mind as far as UFC goes. Like that was a smart fucking move saying that. Like, I know they probably wanted to do the Nigerian Nightmare, but they couldn't because of Cody. So that's why they just the job.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that's what they would have called him that if it wasn't for Cody, for sure.
We're getting some spoilers here. It says Mr. Warren Hayes almost threw Lashley against the cage. The cage panel collapsed. Lashley won because he escaped the cage. Is that exactly what happened when Paul White, the Giant, debuted?
Yeah.
From under the cage, he threw Stone Cold.
Yeah, it was St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
I'm sure we've had this finish multiple times. That's the first one that comes to mind.
I don't know how I met. I don't know pay-per-views, but I definitely do know that that's what that was.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, the Nigerian Giant. That's a good nickname, man. That's cool, man. All right, cool. All right. 45-minute episode. That's good. RN, look, man, let's go on. We're gonna go straight over to the WWE 2K, you guys. I'm just gonna run the outro and then you just stick around. We're not even gonna kill the stream. We're gonna go into the next game. But before we do, RN, your kennel business is starting to blow up a little bit. The hard work you did yesterday is going to pay off. Let people know what you got going on with your dogs.
We just had our first fluffy litter. We're waiting to confirm to see how many are visual fluffies. And then we just bred one of my dogs to pretty much the top breeder in the world. His name's Justin Crawford out of Animal Club Exotics. We just bred my girl to her. So we'll have it's some big things popping. It's going to be the best year of our kennel for sure. We've been waiting 2.5 years for this month. So we're ready to go.
Is there a place people can reach out to hear about your kennel or interact with you and your brother?
Yeah, Route 4 Kennel on Facebook. We have a page, and Route 4 Kennel on Instagram is mine, or Route 4 Tom on Instagram.
All right. Hey, what we'll do behind the scenes, RN, just send me a link to like the Facebook page. I'll include that in the description of the show.
Okay.
So I'll do that. All right, you guys, that was fun. Like I said, stick around for WWE. Also, by the way, if you haven't already, like this video on YouTube and check out our Patreon, man. Help support the show. By the way, RN, you owe us money too, by the way.
I got you.
But you guys, we're gonna go back. I don't have the most up to date Sunday night beat of the week, so we're gonna go back to last week's, and we'll catch you shortly after this. Y'all have a good one.
See y'all next week. Or this week.
This week. Oh shoot, I don't even have the outro. Oh god, I was gonna play the intro again, folks. My bad.
Hey, this is Bret the Hitman Hart, the best there is, best there was, and the best there ever will be. And you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.